Hello, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are. Welcome to another round of the Group Stage Link to the Past Randomizer 2023 main tournament. Today we have our runner on the left, Magnit Handz, facing off against prieR on the right. I am Homemade Beer. I am joined by Skelly. How are you doing today, Skelly?
Hey, how's it going, Internet? I'm doing pretty good.
Good, good, good. Looking forward to this race. This is game two, I think, between these two runners. We were just talking about this beforehand. Looks like Magnit Handz and it looks like they played a Ambrosia previous race, and Magnit Handz ended up winning that race. So yeah, looking forward to this. We should get going here in a minute.
Yep, so Magnit currently 1-0 in the group based on that first game they played. prieR currently 0-2. He's also had another game against the Lane, which he unfortunately did not win. So this is not a must-win, but going 0-3 is kind of scary to come back from. So definitely hoping to get one on the board here.
Yeah, and so the mode today, standard boots. You're in this tournament, right? Have you played this mode a bunch?
I've played this mode once in the qualifier I did for it, I guess.
Cool. What did you think? What weapon did you get?
I got bombs. Actually, I lied. I played it twice because I used my redo. And on the second time, I also got bombs. So
you basically played it once.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, looks like we're off.
Why do we have only one bed? You know, makes a fair point.
Yeah, kind of sus. I like the casual boots muscle memory right there. Unfortunately, you cannot dash through the bushes because they do not actually have a sword yet.
You can try. Get a little quick sync going here.
So we got only blue crystals in Light World.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, hey, look, bomb escape.
Good thing we got bombs. Yeah, this ought to be fun.
Yep, this is probably the most like normal of all the modes in this tournament so far. I mean, it's just standard. You start with boots. There's no other like weird changes to item pool or anything like that.
Yeah.
Typical 7-7 goal.
Yeah, because this kind of, I don't know, replaces, not the right word, but they had 5 modes last year, and I feel like this is the one that is standing in for what was Ambrosia last year.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
So now we don't have to think about weird boss item logic, so it's nice.
Yep, you do have to worry about dashing without a sword and just running headfirst into enemies, which is really frustrating. But hopefully they'll just find a sword quickly anyway.
Yeah, definitely. And it's always fun to watch. Everyone has strats here. Oh, that's a cool strat that worked for prieR over here. He got hit by the guard, so he didn't take the full damage and then got a blue mail anyway.
Honestly, blue mail in that chest is kind of nice because some of these bomb strats can start to go wrong, spiral out of control. But with blue mail, you can take a bunch of hits. You're probably not going to die to anything anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I like the run around strat in this room. Just get the guard's attention and then run around until he runs into you. But it's also, like you said, could be dangerous. Oh, we got the cool strat from Magnit side over here. Lay the 2 bombs quickly and knocks the guard up into you, so you get the key right by the door.
Nice Bombos medallion that they wish they could use, but they don't have a sword yet. They've even got the magic for it, but they don't have a sword.
Yeah, all blue items. That's it's true. So is this the bookshot coming up in the next chest?
Model maybe? Bow?
Model would be funny. We'll have to
see. A lot of possibilities here. Oh, the mirror.
Oh, nice. That's a great item to find there.
Probably the most satisfying place in the game to find a mirror, to be honest.
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
in standard start.
You get to get that, you know, that sub 5 that everyone's always going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see this mode being interesting. Get like a Burna escape or something. Just you can't really Burna dash the whole way through, which would be cool, but
yeah, for these rooms especially, the dashing is it's just so awkward because you have no idea what's in front of you, but these hallways are so long. Like you really want to dash, but if you do it, you're bound to just run into a bat or something.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like it's not like these rooms were designed with boots in mind. You're not supposed to ever have the boots in the vanilla game here, but there's still a lot of really cool strats that people have kind of figured out to get through them quicker.
Yep. Also really nice because having boots lets you get back of escape without needing bombs. Now in this case, of course, they started with bombs, but they didn't have to. So unlike something like Ambrosia, you don't have to ever worry about like bomb drops or farming anything for bombs in escape.
Yeah. But starting boots is interesting.
F magic. So now they can they can not use their bombos twice as many times as they could before.
And we didn't see the map, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Are they gonna? They're definitely gonna open it though. You just do it, right? You just always open it.
In a tournament race, yeah.
Because otherwise it's staring at you every time you save and quit.
They might be thinking like, oh, I don't think I've seen the map, but...
Yeah, and there it is.
I mean, it takes like 1 second.
Magnit knows. Look at that time save. Out of sync it. 5 minutes.
Yeah, playing that early mirror is pretty sweet. So here's the point where they might start to diverge a little bit. Generally, you see people, you know, check Lumberjack, then just go straight into CAC. There's always the possibility that someone will do something a little bit more exotic, like water walking to Ice Rod Cave. That's actually one of my preferred routes here. So we'll see what they decide to do.
You like doing that even without a sword to cut the bushes by the not Lumberjack, but the Forest Thief hole?
Yeah, I usually do it anyway. I mean,
okay.
You need to have bombs for it, of course, but...
Oh, right. Was that the flippers?
I didn't see. I'll have to look at Magnet's side.
Yeah, it's definitely the flippers. Okay. Well, good thing they have the boots already.
Might not actually need those. We know all the pendants are in Dark World.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, it's sword. Casual boots.
And then Swamp, you can probably skip those flippers, but we'll see.
Oh, that's like the worst feeling if you end up like, let's say, an Ice Rod or Medallion from Go Mode, and like Swamp is an option and it's a pendant. It's like, oh man, it becomes really like huge time commitment.
Oh yeah.
Hey, now they have the sword. They can definitely do the walk trick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're just gonna do the typical. What was the tier 1 here? Nothing useful, I guess. Wow, they're like no money either.
Would have been magic. Not super sure, but yeah, no money. They have enough bombs to make do for now. So we got a cape and a bow. Blind's hideout. And a sword, and the boots, and we know that the flippers are in Lumberjack, so that's all a little bit suspicious.
Yeah.
And I think that green 20 in the chest there had to be the regular boots, right? That's the only, like, weird thing with the item pool.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we just started with boots, and this is just a regular Saha bot seed from race time, so I'm pretty sure it turns into a green 20, right?
Mm-hmm. Got a glove and cackwell. And a book. And a blue cane. And the other red mail. The other mail upgrade. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
I always joke that whenever I've done setup races for tournaments, I always end up rolling really nice sub 130 seeds. And I've seen that today.
This is where you're even happier that you got the mirror already, because death warping on red mail is not fun.
Yeah, It's
But they don't
at least
worry
it's
about
not
that,
like a right, like the other open hard mode where you get like a million hearts.
Oh, Magnet's going straight back to the pedestal. Honestly, I didn't even think about this, but I mean,
Nice.
you're kind of right there already.
If you're ever gonna check it, you know, sooner the better, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then we know for sure we need the flippers too, if it ends up being the case.
Yeah, true. Okay. I guess it'll just be a fun surprise.
Let's see. Let me go check on his stream here on the side.
Oh, there's Master Sword and Race Game.
So I can say that he marked off the pedestal. So
okay, so presumably junk of some kind.
Yeah.
So let's see where prieR decides to go next. Usually people like South Shore after this, but you have options. You're just a fire source away from being able to finish Desert, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I was kind of noticing that. You know, we can rush Eastern at any point. We could kind of do a lot, actually. We could do probably Hera. We could almost do every Light World dungeon.
Yeah.
This seed's becoming like super jet all of a sudden. What are we gonna end up needing? A hammer, another glove, a couple rods, maybe.
And I mean, Aga's, well, aside from the flipper thing, Aga for Dark World access still might be on the table too. I mean, you just need a lamp.
Yeah.
Well, and the Moon Pearl, of course.
And the Moon Pearl, sure. Alrighty. We got medallions galore. These seeds are always like so just awkward. You get like way too much stuff in the Light World, and you don't know. You know, you might end up only looking for 2 things in the Dark World, but you have the entire Dark World to go find those 2 things.
Yeah, sometimes too much choice is a bad thing, I feel like. I mean, just like, it can be a little overwhelming. But makes for fun divergence. So there's the lamp that puts the mountain in logic, puts Aga in logic.
I must just like rush Aga now, right? Because then you get Pod Eastern together. Get the flippers later. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of makes routing really smooth if you just rush Aga at this point.
It's a pretty safe bet. You'll want the flippers.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, you still might not. But then also, Aga might be your Dark World access anyway. So who knows? I mean, I don't see any reason not to just go to Desert and Eastern before making any sort of commitment. Is that the Fire Rod? Or am I seeing things?
Sure was. Fire Rod and Ice Rod Cave. It's only there like every single seed I've watched this tournament, so.
Okay.
I don't know why, but yeah.
Looks like oh, is this a double? Or oh, okay, Water Walk storage going on here? You don't see this.
Oh, this is to do the uncle. Or the hobo. Hey, maybe the hobo is an uncle. Or maybe not. No, I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so now you can water walk from hobo and still get the items because not having the Moon Pearl. Actually, that would be funny if you find the Moon Pearl in Waterfall Fairy.
I mean, it makes sense to do this because, like, you already know that the flippers are so late and you might not end up getting them anyway.
Right.
So yeah, you might as well just do the flipper checks now.
Actually, yeah, you know, it's a good point I had not really thought about. Since we don't have the Moon Pearl yet, rushing Aga might not be the most optimal play. All right, cool. Magnit getting the fire rod as well. I think the only difference so far we've basically seen between the two. Well, Magnit saving and quitting too. That's interesting. Oh, there's. Oh my goodness! There it is.
Wait. Oh man. Okay.
What a place for that.
Alright, so you have to kill Aga to get your flippers from Lumberjack so you can go Waterfall Fairy and get your Moon Pearl. Nice.
Watch hammers on the ledge or something. Like, no.
Looks like Magnet's going for the mountain play here.
Whoops. Was watching the wrong stream again. Yeah, so now I rush Aga. Because the game wants you to, right?
Yeah, I think that would make sense. Yeah. You gotta right your wrongs.
I guess, yeah, we'll probably see a check as well here in a moment whenever Magnit climbs up. Check what the Dark World pendants, or what the Dark pendant dungeons are in the Dark World. There we go. This game really wants you to do Aga, by the way. It's like, really? There's another sword for you.
Look at prieR's tracker. There's a lot of lights that are already lit up. It's kind of ridiculous. And I mean, most of them are things... Well, a lot of them are things you don't really need anyway. Both males, every medallion.
Yeah. Did he get the bug net earlier? I think I missed that. I saw where it was. I didn't see if he picked it up.
Yeah, I didn't see either.
He did. Okay, yeah, see. All the fun safety. And 4 hearts. Alright, there we go. We got Skullwoods, Swamp, Ice are the pendants. And then we have Pod and TR are the red crystals. So yeah, we could possibly not ever need flippers. Possibly. I think that's, that's tough to say.
Yeah, I think with that information you plan on probably last locating flippers. Right? I mean, like you said, it's a massive time commitment.
It's just like an interesting decision point all of a sudden. I think the way that this is playing out, Magnet's not doing, by not having done the waterfall checks, it's kind of hard to get back there because you have to do a water walk to get them at this point. I have a feeling he'll end up getting flippers before Dark World access, or before the Moon Pearl, at the way he's routing. Because it's like, you don't go back there, right? You don't, hey, I'm going to go rush waterfall that I skipped. Or maybe he'll farm money and then do it, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think, so for him, the worst case scenario is that Aga is the only thing he has left. And he knows the flippers are there. So he knows Moon Pearl either is flipper locked or it's on the pyramid ledge. Right? So I think if he gets to that point, I think he still should and would sequence break.
Yeah. Would you have done the water walk? You said you would have done that early, right? you would have had those flippers before CAC, or the Moon Pearl, I mean.
Well,
in your route that you like.
Yeah, so usually what I like to do personally, and maybe it's dumb, it's definitely unorthodox, but I'd like to water walk from Lost Woods to Ice Rod Cave, and then from Ice Rod Cave, either I'll check the 2 items in Waterfall Fairy, or I will just go to Hobo.
What about in the situation in this seed where you would have scouted the flippers?
That's, that's really hard to say. It's already such an unusual seed in that regard, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think there is more incentive for sure to check those flipper checks.
Right. Yeah, knowing if you could bypass them later, or bypass the.
Yeah.
It's the only thing we need it for is Swamp at this point.
Still number 1 for Magnit Handz.
Yep, and that was both items too, so got a heart, I think, was in the big chest. We got some money on the boss, which is actually good, collecting that money and maybe get some back to checking Zora.
Yeah, he's probably just going to end up getting all 3 crystals before he even gets this weird Dark World situation resolved. He's like, why not? You can do Desert and you can do Eastern.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's probably just assuming his Moon Pearl's in one of those 2 dungeons, or on the way to those dungeons.
Yeah, I was thinking what we're seeing now. I was curious which he would choose first. The mushroom is the answer. I don't even remember where we found that at this point.
Pretty early. I think it was in Lost Woods Hideout.
Oh, okay. And then there's the powder. That's actually kind of funny.
This is gonna be really funny if it turns out that like you still have to do Aga anyway just to get to the Dark World. Because Mitz and Hammer could both be in Dark World.
Right.
So like in that sense, the water walk isn't actually that important. Because you're not actually able to skip Aga in the end.
Yeah, totally. Right, looks like nothing was on the mushroom. And we got Magnit heading off to a desert area.
Yeah, looks like they're both on the same page here.
See, yeah, they both did. Okay, so they both did the dam into mini Moldorm stuff. That makes sense.
Yep, and if you know you can finish Desert, you might as well just do Agina after, too. Agina's kind of annoying to walk out of.
Right, yeah.
Oh, Magnit getting some money.
Oh, yeah, this is actually pretty smart play, making sure that you have Zora. You're going to do Zora. So, okay, this is kind of saying that he's going to do Zora after all the crystals, right?
Yeah, it's definitely on his mind. Yeah, that's a very heads-up play right there. Like, that cave had exactly enough money, pretty much.
Yeah. The only thing that you might be worrying about is pod, but you can get money in Eastern if you need it. So, just some bombs. So far, 2 keys in Desert. Oh, cool. He skipped that dash. I didn't know you could skip past that thing. Those were kind of words. I meant the he dashed past the sandworm in Desert on the right side. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, I didn't catch that either. I didn't know that either. I know you can do it in like the room, like on the left.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that one for sure. Because usually I just get stuck on that one, so lately I just go slash it, knowing it's like whatever. Okay, so I think that was... Is there an item? There was an item on the right side. So yeah, nothing in here, just another heart. But yeah, we're getting to your scenario though. Is that it actually? We're out of checks, right?
I know there was an item in Big Chest. I didn't catch if there's another one on the right side.
I think there was. I think it was arrows. Yeah, so it's just Zora and then we got to go do Aga.
I suppose with Crystal Mire, there's an argument that you should just save quit after Big Chest, right? If there is no item on Landmo.
Yeah, you could just come back later.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I can never actually remember to do things like that in races, though. Like such a hard
totally.
thing to think ahead about.
You're like, I'm here, I'll get it done, it's fine, whatever. But at least with Fire Rod and Half Magic, it's not like the time save isn't by getting more weapons. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the boss kill's not going to get any faster than this.
Yeah. Yeah, because running through rooms and screen transitions obviously is always slower because you're not opening chests or killing bosses.
So presumably after this, they're just going to trade crystals again. You'd think, right? prieR's probably going to go up the mountain, do Hera. Magnet's going to go to Eastern.
Yep. And we'll have 3 out of 7 done by the 25-minute mark.
And then they're both going to be like, where the heck is the Dark World access?
Yeah, and then be forced to do it anyway. Yep. It would actually be really interesting if we find like a glove on Zora.
Yeah, Zora's big
makes it
question
very
mark.
interesting. Oh, I didn't realize prieR hadn't scouted the the ledge, or maybe he forgot.
Yeah.
I guess if you do like the NMG run into desert, you don't actually ever see that item. So
Yeah, that's true. I think it's like a couple tiles off to the left. So is there anything that we haven't seen that's, you know, not flipper locked or just Daga at this point?
I think it's just Zora. I think because
Oh, true. Yeah.
since they split up the dungeons the way they did. Where are we going?
Mushroom, probably?
Oh, mushroom. Yep. Okay.
Mushroom, I mean, he could do Zora after this.
This is faster than the whirlpool. Interesting.
And it looks like Magnit's on his way to Eastern. Oh yeah, it looks like he is going to go to Zora. And then after this, I'm pretty sure prieR just has the mountain, and then he's just going to have to do Aga. But we know that there's not anything important on the mountain. At least not that they can get at this point. And just our container. Oh, and hard resetting to save the 500 rupees. That's a heads-up play. And actually, well, he's got powder anyway, but he also gets the mushroom back in case fake powder was ever going to matter.
Alrighty, so it looks like Zora was nothing, and we are going up the mountain.
Yeah, I think Aga is hard required at this point.
Yeah. I mean, so obviously, you know, hindsight routing and all that, but it feels like it would have been not a terrible play to go do Aga early, and then you get Pod and Eastern together.
Yeah, it's a really hard call to make, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a very strange situation.
Not a common one you see, but you always do notice in Aga seeds that the routing tends to be like super linear post Aga. Minus like one or two like 50-50s. I don't know.
Yeah, so both of them have 2 crystals at this point. Magnit's done Desert and Hera, prieR's done Eastern and Desert. So now they're just kind of covering each other's tracks until they hit the inevitable bottleneck, which is doing Aghanim for what appears to be both your Dark World access, like your regular Dark World access, and Moon Pearl, which is flipper locked with Flippers on Lumberjack. So it's
Pretty
like a
funny.
double Aga seed, basically.
Yeah, it's funny too. Have you noticed how, you know, when the seed is giving you hints at logic, you just, if you follow it directly, you end up on like pretty typically, you know, I don't want to say linear, it's not exactly the right word, but the progression starts lining up versus you make 1 or 2 sequence breaks, then all of a sudden the whole seed gets thrown off. Even in these like standard and open seeds, it like feels like that happens. And this seed has been like screaming Aga since the 5.5 minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Ooh, nice Stalfo's room in Eastern there from Magnit.
Yeah, I love that strat.
I've never got it to work because I'm bad at timing things like that.
And I love that super speed from Eastern Big Chest. So you charge up your spin, and then you open the big chest, and then you release your spin, do super speed. That's
that's
very
cool.
satisfying also.
Yeah, get the consistent spin speeds down.
Yeah. I know we saw Hobo from Magnit, but I mean, he doesn't have his Moon Pearl yet. Did he do anything else after Hobo? I think I missed that.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Well, while we have a bit of downtime, we're watching the runners retrace the steps. This is a good time to shout out our runners and let everyone know. If you're enjoying the race, give them a follow. Their links are in chat. And also to shout out our tracker today, Centipede, good friend. Someone who likes to hang out in streams and have fun with us all here, playing rando.
So Aga time, right? I don't think prieR has anything else to do.
Yep, I think he has actually hard lassocated Aga, and look at all the items he has.
Yeah. The seed gave you like so much stuff, but not what you needed to get to the Dark World. So let's see. When they beat Aga, they actually can't really get that many places in the Dark World.
They have like catfish.
Yeah, pyramid catfish, and then you can dip pod without a hammer. So there has to be something there.
I think my favorite option on the table is there was actually a bottle on Hylia Island.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So go rush the flippers as soon as you can, and then rush that bottle.
Oh my god. If that's actually the progression, that is amazing.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Like hammers on Sick Kid or something?
Yeah. Yeah, and pod is just totally empty. I mean, pod is a crystal today. It's like, it's not pendant pod. Gotta think about that. Alright, so Magnet's gonna get nothing on the Pyramid Ledge and know the flippers lead to whatever he needs. But he won't be mad about it, also knowing that he could not have gotten around doing this anyway.
Mm-hmm. And he should be able to mirror after Catfish, which is a nice little time save getting to Zora, I guess.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like... There's literally nothing that can throw a wrench in the plans that would be on the pyramid because there's no Moon Pearl, so without the Moon Pearl there's nothing interesting left to do. Oh, that's right, yeah. Need the Moon Pearl to get to Catfish, to mirror to get the Moon Pearl. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Dang it. So close.
I forgot he still doesn't have that.
Yeah.
It looks like prieR's got a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, it's pretty close here overall, right?
Yeah. But then he's also got that Pearl, too, which is a little bit of time.
He did grab the bug net. There we go.
Yeah, so the way that prieR got the Pearl is he stored a water walk from Ice Rod Cave, and then ran down like to where you fake flipper from normally, and then just did a normal fake flipper, swam over to Hobo, and then from Hobo jumped off the south-facing ledge to activate the water walk, and then checked waterfall parity.
I haven't even been counting blue balls. I completely zone out when I do this fight. Because I know it'll just be over at some point, you know?
Oh yeah, me too. I don't actually know how to count, so...
That helps. Oh no, you missed! I mean, oh wow, you got double hit by that one. That was actually kind of funny.
Okay, I haven't been counting, but this feels like a lot.
Yeah, we're still here, so that was a triple, for sure. Not the good kind of triple, the one that you like. This has got to be the end, right? I kind of fell asleep there for a second. Okay, good. Whew, made it.
What was... Did Magnit just dodge that lightning by standing in the middle of it? Am I seeing things?
Oh, I love it when that happens.
Yeah, just bombs on the pyramid.
Yeah. So, pod or a catfish? It's like we're going pod today. I like rushing the bottle. You know, if the seed's gonna meme on you, you gotta meme back sometimes.
Alright, he's just going straight to pod.
I'm curious if Magnit... Oh, Magnit's like about to die. I'm curious if Magnit gets that bottle. Slash. Okay, last hit. He must be like super excited about this fight. They must have found a ton of money somewhere too. I wasn't paying that much attention, but they've both done Zora and have like 600 plus rupees. So.
prieR hard reset.
Oh,
Magnit has Magnit done Zora?
Maybe not. Yeah, I guess.
I'm not sure if he's been to Zora. I don't think he has.
Okay, that would make sense.
But yeah, that hard reset was very heads up by prieR, because if he hadn't done that, he wouldn't have enough money to be doing this right now.
Yeah. It gets so awkward because you can come over here and then like not have enough money and then go into Eastern and get money, or you know, just all bad choices at that point. Yeah, that's a good point, because Magnit will do Zora and he'll be able to still have pod money because he farmed at the Desert Rock. There we go. Flippers acquired.
Yeah, and hard resetting won't even really be an option for him, because he's presumably going to find that Pearl on the way to Zora. And he can't really hard reset the Pearl. So that 50 rupee cave dip is definitely going to turn out to be a good investment for him.
Yeah. And kind of go rush down here. Can't do anything else, so. Hit the bottle! Oh, you know what, though? You know what? You could have gotten that bottle. You need the flippers, though, don't you? Without the Pearl. Ooh, that would have been a spicy play. You know, I think I might have actually done that if I was playing this seed in a race, just because you can. It's not a very good race tactic, but it's fun.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about the fact that prieR actually doesn't have his flippers.
Yeah, but Magnit getting the flippers, he could have gone into the portal and then done the bunny surfing to get that bottle before getting the mid pearl. All right, so we got a mullet pod today. It seems like.
Yep.
Business up front, nothing in the back.
Feels like it's like that most of the time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mullet pods. Yeah, so prieR knows that the flippers are on Lumberjack. He just hasn't really had a reason to get them yet, even though he has killed Aga. Like, it's not that much of a time investment to go get those at this point, but he doesn't really need to flute.
Okay, that's a good reason. Doesn't do anything for us, but, you know,
Yeah.
good mobility, of course. Now, and he can... Oh, but he can't get the bottle, really. Not... He... Can you? No, you can't get it unless you use Bunny Surf. So, yeah, super awkward. And an ice rod. Okay, we're not going to be missing that. What do we need? What are we done? What is happening again all of a sudden?
You have all the items except the ones you need to get anywhere in the Dark World.
Yeah. Oh man, this seed's funny.
Also, I like this use of the whirlpool, connecting Catfish with Hylia Island. It's pretty rare that that's actually useful in these normal modes. Normally, that's like a cross keys thing, right? But...
yeah, it's fun to use it because there's always like a way to make them useful if you're trying to do these checks in a certain order. All right, I was not counting items. That was, I think that was all of them though. I think that was 5 items in pod. Now we get our map check. That's always funny.
So it's got to be Sick Kid, right?
Is it actually? Yeah, or
what else
Catfish.
Is left, right?
No, he did Catfish, didn't he?
Oh, I thought he did. Maybe not.
Oh, that's right. prieR didn't do Catfish. He just went straight to pod.
Oh, I guess I thought Magnit had done it already, but maybe he didn't.
Yeah, same. Like, because I saw him walking through the portal, I thought he had done that and then gone back. But
yeah.
Fun seed. It's not actually. It seemed like this isn't that terrible because like it's so insanely likely your opponent's lassocating as much as you are, as long as your route isn't completely insane. There you go. Catfish was nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because like the light world was wildly open quickly, and then it just bottlenecks so hard at the flippers and Aga.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Magnit has Quake too, because that was at the sunken item, I believe.
Yes.
So, yeah, 1, 2. I mean, we got Cane Hammer go mode, hover go mode, or Moldorm bounce go mode, whatever the terminology you want to use.
So Magnit is checking Sick Kid before pod at all, which I think this.
Which we know is the answer, right?
Yeah, I think for us this is the last location.
Hilarious. Thanks, game. And it's the
Wow.
mids. Yeah, why even go to pod? Oh wait, now we can do Meyer area. Man, this.
In my area, you can do West Dark World now just by going through the CAC portal.
That that bottle placement's actually hilarious. This is kind of one of the better clown seeds I've seen in a while.
Yeah, this is one of the weirdest, like, I want to call it like a normal mode, weirdest normal mode seeds I've seen in a long time.
Totally. Yeah, because, I mean, it's not like you wouldn't remember it, but you have to remember that bottle there that you might have seen 20 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
I just kind of realized we're at 42 minutes already. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. I mean, they both have 3 crystals, which is solid pace.
Yeah.
Pretty average-ish pace, I'd say.
I guess you're always kind of hoping for the crystals you don't want to have to do is like Meyer to rock the longer dungeons.
Yeah.
Get the money! You kind of... Oh no, he already opened pod. Doesn't matter. I wouldn't hate 20 bucks here, but it's fine. And here we go. I guess this is technically a hard last location for prieR on this bottle.
I believe so, yes.
Could have just bunny surfed it. Could have just bunny surfed it.
It looks like Magnet's probably just going to do one big old loop counterclockwise through the Dark World.
Yeah, I kind of love that. Gets him into pod super late, but, you know, maybe he gets the hammer before getting to pod. Maybe the hammer's in my area, and that's, you know, kind of awkward at that point, but...
Yeah, what do you do about Pendant Skull? I mean, you have mitts and the flute, so like it's pretty easy to come back, but do you even check the front? Looks like Magnit is saying no, but...
Yeah, I don't think I would, honestly.
That could be one of those contentious locations, for sure.
Yeah, looks like there was nothing in Sea House there.
Meanwhile, we got prieR is going to Mire Shed.
I like it. And what do we got? Nothing. Cool, cool.
I mean, you technically can get in Mire, but that would be kind of insane, I think.
Sometimes when Seed clowns you, you gotta clown it right back, you know?
That's true. That's very true.
But yes, that would be actually kind of insane.
I like this play, though. I like getting these checks from Mire Shed and Checkerboard out of the way quickly, because like your alternative is this very, very long like journey through the whole Dark World, right? So
right.
It's kind of nice to get those loose ends out of the way first, because you're not really gonna have a chance to go do those for a while.
Yeah, and for some reason that, I don't know, this is totally confirmation bias on my part, but I feel like Mire Shed likes to have things, and same with Sahasrah's Closet. Like, both places just tend to always have, like, an item. Something useful. But not today.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they didn't have all the medallions, too. Because you get that Mire info, of course, in this case, doesn't really matter, because you already have all of them.
Right. And let's see, we don't have East Death Mountain access still, do we? That's kind of wild.
So it looks like Magnit's committing to the back of Thieves Town with no hammer, which is another thing that can be kind of contentious.
Yeah.
It looks like he has found the key. Right? Yeah, he has the small key, so that means that the attic and blind are in logic without the hammer. So we'll see if anything's in here. Worst case for him is that he orphans something important in the Thieves' Town big chest, but he might be able to determine that it's just an item anyway, or sorry, a like map or compass anyway, and he can just skip it.
We found a bottle.
Nice.
Thanks, game. All right, so we found. I guess we can count here and confirm. So there's a map, so big key, small key map. So it's either one item or no items in the front. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, if there's none in the front, then this is a really awkward choice to make, because then you know you're skipping something in big chest.
Right.
But you also know that attic and blind are in logic. But
yeah, it's the worst.
3 items in the back.
Oh, there's a compass and blind cell, so we know for sure.
But it looks like they're both making the same play here. So, no advantage or disadvantage for either of them.
Alright. We'll have to fight blind. I feel like there's something about boot start modes in general that tend to have a higher possibility for hover seeds, but maybe that's just me thinking that.
I mean, it makes sense. You start with the item you need to hover in the first place, so...
Yeah, and otherwise the hookshot might block the boots, which is actually a really common thing I've seen too.
It is a good point, though. Like, it could end up being hover seed. Like, Moldorm 2 skip hover seed. I have no idea if prieR can hover. Magnit certainly can.
Yeah, and that's another good point too that Vortex is talking about in chat. There is a way to sequence break to East Death Mountain by hovering. It's just kind of hard, and it's not one of the hovers that not everyone does, even if they can hover.
I mean, they have the bug net.
Yep.
I think I was able to do that hover once in practice. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I had a ladder seed once where it was I was in go mode without the hookshot or the mirror, and I couldn't get to the East Death Mountain. Like, if I could get there, I did try to hover it a couple times and couldn't do it, so I just went and found an item. Okay, magic bat. Where's that powder again?
I think on Armos or something.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Just a heart today. Trading a bomb for that.
So he is going to have to go back in the Dark World portal at the north side of CAC because he mirrored
yeah.
that peg.
That's right. I didn't even think about that. I guess this is fine because he's planning to do the south loop anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a flute, so...
Yeah. Did he do dig game? I don't think he did. I think he just went straight for the smith.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, but he doesn't have the flute because he hasn't gone to pod.
Oh, he doesn't have the flute, you're right. Duh.
So,
okay.
Interesting.
Well, it's still not that long of a walk. Yeah, that's true. I forgot Magnit has not touched pod at all, which is where that flute is.
Yeah, pod had some goods today. I'm curious to see like how important it is to get there earlier than later. I think the only thing that really changes the calculus on it is if Hammer is in Mire, right?
Yeah.
But even then, like, let's say Hammer ends up being Magnet's go mode. Like, he finds the cane somewhere along the way. You know, could end up saving time. Who knows? But we are actually just kind of running out of stuff pretty quickly here. Again.
Yeah.
This is why I kind of like these seeds to races, because they feel linearized enough that there are a couple decision points you can make. Do you do pod? Do you not do pod? Stuff like that that still has the rando aspect, but at the same time, you know that you're basically doing everything, and so is your opponent.
You know, I just thought about first chest of swamp. That's potentially a thing.
I mean, I guess prieR definitely checks that at this point, right?
Yeah,
it'll be the last location for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess back of Skullwoods is also kind of gross. I mean, they both skipped the front of Skullwoods completely, right? So that's
yeah. Oh, there's the hammer. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Oh boy. It's gotta just find that red cane on prieR side, and I don't know if he Moldorm bounces. There were some people in chat who seem to know him say he does not hover, so.
Yeah, so we know the flute and the ice rod are both in pod. So that pretty much just leaves the Cane of Samaria for go mode, assuming you can Moldorm to skip.
Yeah, and I think probably now one of the worst places you could get it would be on East Death Mountain somewhere, because you're gonna like not go there until you get it, you know, until you're in go mode, but or at least try not to, I suppose.
Looks like Magnit is doing purple chest here. I'm gonna do the trick where he leaves it behind, mirrors next to the purple chest guy, and still gets the item anyway. That way he can check Bombo's tablet pretty efficiently shortly after that. As opposed to just grabbing purple chest, mirroring the light world, fluting the 7.
Yeah.
That's another perfectly legit way to do purple chest, but that way you can't do Bombo's tablet like he's going to do.
Yeah, and this seed is funny that we're at almost 1 hour in, we haven't even touched Type Cave yet.
Yeah. It could have go mode, or no mode, for us
Yeah.
at least.
Alright, Smith was nothing.
It is interesting that we're seeing prieR and Skullwoods here.
Yeah, totally. It's like not that it's hard to get back to from him. Alright, that's both items. He hasn't checked Ped though, so he'll go check it and realize that he doesn't have to kill Moth.
Yeah, and then we can find out what's actually on Ped, because we didn't get to see it the first time.
Oh, that's right.
Or no, he's just gonna leave?
Okay.
Okay, that works too.
Guess we'll never know.
Not sure if he's done North Dark World yet, so...
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the time differences between them, and this is a big one. Magnet's done all the North Dark World. Oh, there's a red cane.
Oh, there's the cane. Okay, so that's no mode for us.
Yeah, Magnet just has to go Dungeon Rush.
Asterisk, you need to know how to skip the hook shot for GT. But I mean, he's going to be going to Pod soon, right? I mean, it's a crystal he can full clear. So he's probably going to be hitting go mode very shortly.
So besides the 2 items in Pod that we need to beat the seed, was there actually any items in a dungeon? Was it just clear the overworld and then go mode every dungeon seed?
That sounds right.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Just remembering where they go, and even the bottle. Even there was, well, I guess there was a bottle in Thieves Town that doesn't really count because you couldn't get there without the first bottle.
Oh yeah, Magnit found silvers too, I guess.
Oh, okay, even better. And here we go, entering Pod. There's no way you don't full clear it, right? There's no like time save, and I guess there technically is, but
yeah, the only like kind of weird thing about this, I'm pretty sure it's a 5 key front.
Oh, okay.
Which, you know, at least sometimes I have had issues remembering that. So I might skip a chest in the back. Yeah.
Well, that's what
like
you said
I said
earlier, is that you can't count. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure like the chest that has the ice rod is the one that you would skip if you thought that there were 2 keys in the back, but there's actually only 1 key in the back.
Oh, right. Yeah, because it's on the Dark Hue. Oh, okay. Oh, this is the warm-up. This is the... Let's see if I can hover, because I'm probably going to have to do it later. Warm-up.
Not overcommitting to it. I like it.
Yeah. That's a crazy hover. Have you done that one? It saves like a minute.
Yeah, my personal philosophy is try it twice.
Oh,
If I fail it twice, I'm probably not going to get it. So just leave.
That makes sense. That's kind of how I am with Hookshot Cave.
There's hammer for clear. So now he just needs his cane.
Just go to Hype Cave.
Yeah. Plus hookshot if he can't molder him to skip.
I mean, in these kind of seeds, like it feels like Hookshot is almost always in like Mire or TR somewhere like that's barely not on the way, like Mire Map Chest or something, you know.
There are a lot of really bad places the hookshot can be here.
Yeah.
So I hope for his sake he doesn't need it. But like I said, I'm not familiar enough with him. I'm not sure if he can hover or molder and bounce.
Yeah, same. I like the idea, like, Molder and Bounce is so hard, just go learn hovering instead.
The molder and bounce is really annoying.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I learned it before I could hover, but man, I hate it.
Yeah. I know there are, like, consistent, quote-unquote, setups for it. I haven't really been able to figure them out, and then once I learned to hover, I'm like, yeah, there's no point to practice this anymore. If I just don't get the boots in a seed and I can't, I'll do the bounce until I can't, or until my opponent finishes, and then...
I'm still waiting for a seed where you somehow have a situation where you can't hover because you don't have boots, but multi arm bouncing like is still an option. It's like a ridiculously fringe case.
Yeah, totally. All right, we are in both runners hit go mode at almost the exact same time, or hover go mode, I suppose.
Yep, hover mode.
Yeah, I hear Structural Mike saying bouncing is free. I guess that's true if you own a trampoline and you can go practice it and get in like really good fitness. Oh, we don't have the big key, I guess, in pod yet. So that's kind of good. The big key was so buried too. Oh, there's a shield.
I'm curious how prieR's gonna.
Oh, he didn't hit the bird.
Oh yeah. Goodbye, sword beams.
If only earthquakes damaged birds or something.
Yeah, looks like Zelda subscribes to Pokemon rules in that regard.
Is that air can't fight ground or something?
Yeah, ground moves can't hit flying Pokemon.
Ah, okay.
Do 0 damage.
All right, so got ourselves a little bit of a race going here.
Yeah, the pacing of this seed is just so strange.
Yeah. And very spread out, right? Like, find everything in CAC and then nothing for 20 minutes. Go to Aga, get the flippers, and then find 2 items, and all of a sudden you're in go mode.
Yeah, it's like a pretty crazy, like, jet hover seed, except for the massive bottleneck with those flippers.
Yeah.
Blue Pearl.
There's another really interesting bit of logic in the seed I just kind of noticed is Ice and Swamp are both pendants, right? So because of that, there's basically 0 logical implications on whether or not the hookshot can be in GT. Besides, you know, the keys and stuff up in GT.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Hookshot could just be in GT.
Yeah, it's definitely something I've seen before where, you know, after I already knew how to hover, like, okay, well, I'm just in go mode, blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, boom, you're in GT and there's the hookshot, and you're like, well, okay. Like I said, though, I personally, I bet it's in Meyer and, like, the map chest or something, because it's always just somewhere that's almost close, but off by, like, 1. Or, you know, or, like, the TR big chest or something. Like, nice. All bombs all the way. Oh, no, you got the 1 hammer hit. I kind of like that. Get 4 bombs and 1 hammer.
Yeah, I've been seeing more of that recently. Is that actually faster?
I don't know. That's what I wonder. There's a lot of menuing involved.
That's true.
I think it really depends, because what I'm always looking for is the second cycle of the tail whip. If you get the mask broken before that, before the 3rd movement, before the mask breaks, then I think it's faster. That was a nice fight though from prieR side. Gets his what's that 5th crystal. Just needs to do pod and Torrock, as well as Magnit finishing his 5th. So. Pretty tight race. That big key in Meyer was super free. You're not gonna lasocate that.
Yeah, and it looks like he's not worried about the hook shot.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah, he went straight to Vidi. Which is good. You hate to see races that are decided by one person being able to Moldorm 2 skip and the other person can't, so.
Yeah, totally.
Let's see, who do we think is ahead here?
Ooh,
It's pretty close.
prieR only has to kill Helma.
Yeah.
So, and then Magnit has to find the big key, which he'll find on the 2nd chest in Meyer. So, I would say prieR's got about a 1-minute lead. I were to kind of back of the envelope guess here.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like I always have a sense of what I think how long dungeons take, and I think like Meyer Go mode is about 3.5 if you have to find the key, and it's free. Doing just Helma, I think, is 2.5 minutes. Like it's pretty freaking slow, if you including walking there, of course. And then like Go mode Ice, we're not doing that today, but that's about 2.5 minutes, I think.
Nobody's touching ice. Nobody's touching swamp.
Yeah.
Magnit, I don't think touched skull at all.
Yeah, that's true. Magnit never touched skull. Yeah, prieR's been very thorough, actually. Has a pretty good efficiency in this game when you add it all up. Like, he's done all of Meyer area, all of Skullwoods, like pretty much the entire Dark World, actually. The only thing he hasn't done is Swamp and Ice.
Yeah, I think both runners have done a very good job navigating this really strange seed.
Totally.
They're both playing great.
Alright. Oh, it's the first key. So Magnit went for that key first. That's good. So even faster.
You know, I always forget to do that. You should just open that chest first if you're in Go mode, rather than bridge. I mean, unless you're like really confident in the bridge hover.
Yeah, totally.
Even then,
I know what
I
you mean.
think maybe you should still do it. Do spike first. I don't know.
It's funny too. We haven't touched any of East Mountain, right? So like, it's not a terrible choice if you're not confident with your endgame abilities in Moldorm. Just do at least Paradox Cave.
Yeah, true.
Like 7 very fast items to check for that hookshot. And gets the spooky. Nicely done. Alright, that's 6 crystals for prieR. And it just has to fight Vitreous here.
Yeah, so he grabbed that crystal at 105.15. So he's going to be a little bit less than a minute ahead.
Cool. Hey, we were right. Go us.
Yeah, this is super close. Looks like 105.52 for Magnit, so he is only like 20 seconds, 20-something seconds behind, right?
Okay.
Or no, 40.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
15 to 50, yeah. Something counting.
Yeah.
Yep,
my math degree isn't doing me very many favors, apparently.
degree in counting to 10.
Yeah.
But that was bigger, so. Cool. Oh man, this race is super interesting. By the way, on this screen, you see that dead rock?
Oh,
I remember who said this. You just walk onto the screen and dash to the right, and then walk down, and you're fine. I think Vortex told me that. See? He's saying it again!
Every time?
There he is. Yeah, it just works every time.
Oh.
Because, I think it's because the dead rock always goes down if you do that? I don't know. Actually, I have no idea why it works. But ever since then, I've done it, and it's always worked. And so I'm like, that's cool. So now I do that.
That's good to know. I hate that screen so much. I hate all these screens, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, the freaking post, once you cross the bridge, it's like off by like 1, so you can't hammer dash to it. Like, come on, game. Who did this to us?
Oh wait, that's post Aga specifically?
Yeah, post Aga, because there's not a dead rock there if you haven't killed Aga.
Oh, I guess I never realized that.
Yep. Alright, both Quake today. It's kind of funny that we found all the other medallions.
Yeah, like...
Wasn't Bombos like in Escape 2 or something?
Yeah, Bombos, they both had that Force Sword even.
Interesting.
One of them was the sunken item.
The other thing that actually is nice about... So in this seed, so long ago now that, you know, they had Bomb Escape, right? And when you get an item, when you get a weapon from the Uncle for Escape, it kind of... Not a lot, but it kind of messes with the mid-game logic, you know, because that becomes a lower sphere than everything else, so therefore it opens more stuff, even if it's just like Burn on or something. But just getting bombs means, okay, the rest of the seed is going to play out more normally, potentially.
Yeah, for sure. Like most of the time with this mode compared to open mode, you like get to start with a free, usually important progressive item like a bow.
Yeah, totally. Oh, did they both get it? They both got the hardest trick in the game?
Nice.
Well done. And for anyone wondering, that trick is to remember you don't have the hook shot and go down in this torch room.
It is a lot harder than it sounds, trust me.
Yeah. But also noticing here, you know, prieR's doing, he's not go moding per se, but he's definitely doing dungeons first. So I think he's playing into like if I find it on the way, and instead of checking like a quick paradox dip before coming in here.
I think we've already seen the big key, right? So we're probably going to see a lava chest skip here from both of them. You'd think.
That's what. Yeah, that's the part that I'm going to start to wonder is when they, you know, how much they're really feeling like they need to do, how comfortable they really are in the end game.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got the good RNG.
Oh, he is opening lava chest.
That's key. Cool.
That is potentially some time back for Magnit, if Magnit chooses to skip lava chest. Unless, of course, it's the really terrible key layout where it ends up being really, really, really bad for Magnit if he chooses to skip lava chest.
I mean, we're gonna find out, right? It seems like
yeah,
prieR's being very thorough. So
he's okay. I wasn't sure if he was thinking or if it was lagging, but I guess it's just lagging. Okay, so if there's a small key in big chest, this is very, very bad for Magnit.
Yeah, unless he doesn't do that gamble, which I'm not sure if he does. I know there's some people who won't do that.
I feel like usually if you skip lava chest, you should also just skip big chest.
Oh, no, he's not doing the gamble.
Oh, okay. He's doing Mimic Cave. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's being thorough. $20. And is that a key? No. Yes? No, that wasn't a key. I don't know what was in there. A map. Makes sense.
And yeah, the hook shot could just be here. Laser bridge or something. You never know.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Meyer map chest always has it.
I'm kind of feeling GT, honestly.
Yeah, GT would be an interesting one because then we get to all laugh about it afterwards and tell funny stories about that one time we had a hover seed over the campfire or wherever you tell stories about rando. Yeah, pretty funny. Flippers were kind of hard required on the seed, even with not having to go in the swamp.
Yeah. You needed flippers specifically to get a bottle from the island. And
Yeah,
also to get Moon Pearl from Waterfall Ferry, which was sequence breakable at least.
right. There wasn't a way to sequence break that bottle, though.
Yeah.
Not without some kind of glitching. Alright, so Magnit saved. Magnit saved time. Banked up a bit of time by not doing Mimic Cave here, pretty much, and Lava Chest is what the difference we're now seeing in getting into Trinex.
I mean, this is like insanely close.
Yeah.
This could still come down to a lot of things, like GT routing obviously is important. How many tries does it take to get the Boulder 2 skip? I mean, Magnet's already demonstrated a little bit of his hovering today with the one attempt in pod.
Yeah, and it looked like, you know, he got far enough along with it that you know, you can tell he feels comfortable enough to try it in this seed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that trick is way harder than Molder 2 hover.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to be heading into Gan's Tower now. If you want to guess what room you think the GT Big Key will be in, go ahead and figure that out. Do you think it'll be hookshot locked?
Ooh, that's another good question. I'm going to say yes. I think it's hookshot locked, but I think the hookshot's in GT.
Okay. Oh, yep, we're doing it. We're doing a couple extra checks here. So I think it might be that, you know, well, prieR also didn't buy bombs, by the way. That's worth pointing out, right? He could have bought a bomb upgrade if he was planning to Molder and bounce it, and maybe he wasn't comfortable with it.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. It's kind of out of the way. Like, if ice was a crystal, then it would have worked out nicely.
Yeah. I missed that. There's a small key in at least one of those. A shovel, ew. That's okay. No thanks, game. We just need to randomize the dig spot. That should be the next mode. Randomize the dig spot, and it contains the Triforce, if you find it.
Alright, so Magnit went full right. Well, it went to compass room at least. It's not DM routing.
Not, well... I always forget if this can be possible in, with the different logic for a hookshot to be here. I don't know if it can.
Good question. I think with as few keys as we've seen, I don't think it's possible at this point.
Yeah, we would need, like, torch and tile room.
Yeah.
And that would make it enough, I think. Maybe.
With certain key layouts, I think it's definitely possible. With this key layout, I'm not so sure on top of my head.
We're doing tile room. Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, we're getting another practice hover, and nails it. All right, I think Magnet's feeling a little... I think he's feeling confident enough to pull this off.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, no keys here yet. No keys. Interesting. No keys. Okay, so we might actually get, like, hookshot in GT basement. If tile room is a small key, then GT basement could totally have hookshot, which would be wild. 10 arrows. Nope. Guess not. Man, I wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess this too. If map chest is a key. Oh, 1 arrow. Thanks, game.
So we've seen what? Only 2 keys? Or no? You're right.
Torch and hope room. Yeah.
I guess that means there has to be a key in Fire Snake?
Yes.
Question mark? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Everything else takes at least 3 keys.
Yep. Yeah, I think in prieR's case it makes more sense to go full right knowing that Hiram was not a key. Because that's the only thing that can kind of screw you over, is if that's a key. Alright, Rando Room is definitely hookshot locked, so if the big key's here, then we know.
Huh?
I think he's thinking logically it's not possible for the hookshot to be in there. Oh, there's the big key.
Oh, okay.
And we're out.
I see.
Although, with Fire Snake having a small key, isn't it possible still the basement is in logic? I think it is.
Without hookshot?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because Fire Snake requires hookshot.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yep. But he skipped Paradox, right?
Yes, he did Super Bunny and
Interesting.
The first chest of hookshot cave.
Huh. Actually, yeah, I would have expected. Oh, this is buying bombs, isn't it?
Yep. Unless he wants to dip ice first. Oh, he's dipping ice.
No, dipping ice.
Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile,
Yeah, I mean,
we are on the climb. Yeah.
This is honestly just a very unfortunate situation to be in. Like, the hookshot could be anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's certainly somewhere you could have skipped if you can Moldorm 2 skip.
And let's see. First chest? First chest? Oh, it's a key. Okay.
Nice 1 sec online mode 2 by Magnit with the silver arrows.
Interesting. Here's hitting the switch here. I think this is maybe a little bit of panic setting in. I mean, if you're only in here to find the hookshot, then I don't think hitting the switch makes any sense at all. But
yeah, I know some people like to hit the switch.
Maybe it's a comfort thing.
Normally, but
yeah, I guess if you hit the switch, then you know the layout of the. If you do it every time, then you know what the layout of the dungeon is likely to force you to do. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're assuming that you have to finish the dungeon anyway, then in some situations you might be able to like skip iced tea by hitting the switch, like skipping the big key completely. So I know people like to do either way. Personally, I don't hit the switch unless I'm like go moding or playing key sanity or something.
Yeah, totally. Okay, big key is on the right. Means it's not hookshot locked. Which is kind of important right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. Hookshot logic actually does kind of matter here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magnit, oh.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that was the first try. Smoky, yeah, we got 1, 2, 3. So 2 more items left, and a map and another small key. Oh, I feel like I miscounted, but that's okay. Oh, that one's close. Oh, we got both small keys. Oh, that's right, it was in the first chest. So yeah, so 2 small keys available. Big key on the right side. That means everything is not hookshot locked in this dungeon. I think.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Cool. Moldorm, don't do it, buddy. Okay, we're good. And we're across.
Good try. Nicely done.
Well done. That little mini Moldorm getting in the way without the hookshot.
Yeah, that room sucks without the hookshot.
Yeah. There's a lot of other strategy I've seen people do where they walk up and they go to the right of the bouncy thing.
Yeah, I've seen that too. That looks crazy to me.
Yeah, it looks like it's like super tight and hard to execute, but I'm sure, you know, one of those things, if you practice it a fair amount, it's like anything, it's probably not too bad.
Yeah, one of those strats I'm too lazy. I will just fumble around like an idiot instead of actually learn a smart way to do that room without hookshot.
Yeah, there's our third item, and yeah, once you have your own strats, like, you know, it's fine. All right, and here we are. We are dropping in again, and on Magnit Handz side with Aghanim 2 dead. prieR finishing up ice here. I think, unfortunately, did not find the hookshot up to this point and was not able to complete the Moldorm gap, as far as we know, to his abilities. So. Yeah, and Swamp Palace is a pendant, so it'd be not possible for the hookshot to be on the pedestal today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised he's not cashing in the green pennant immediately. Or, oh, is he doing big bomb? Oh.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
I guess so.
What was it? Pod and Torok. Yeah, that's right.
At least with Agate Dead, you can do this the fast way.
Yeah, totally. But without the hook shot, you can't dash.
Yeah, true.
It's like, dang it.
I guess you could still deboost.
Oh, totally.
Dash strats. Those are kind of sketchy sometimes.
All right, looks like we got 2 double hits with the silvers from Magnit Handz side. Ganon is down. Don't call an ambulance. It's fine. He's a bad guy. Get your GGs in chat for Magnit Handz. And looks like we got official finish time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 16 seconds.
A very well played seed by Magnit. It was a very, very, very strange seed for like several reasons.
Yeah,
but, he navigated it very well.
Yeah, funky seed. Looks like we got after that as well. prieR did in fact forfeit, so we'll see if we can if these runners want to come in for an interview.
It looks like we are joined by our winner, Magnit Handz. GG.
Thanks for the GGs. Sorry about the
GGs.
dropped frames. Internet just wanted to go kaput all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's something we noticed. It, for the most part, it was just a little bit of visual nonsense, but we still got to see 95% of your checks and got to see you have some fun time with hovering and this weird seed. So how did the seed go for you?
All right. I do not like flippers, first off, right? I'm just going to start with that. If anybody is on my stream, our lovely tracker who we have loves the flippers. I'm always telling her, I do not like the flippers. And when I saw the flippers on Lumberjack, I was like, okay, I need a glove. Just give me a glove. I'll see what the deal is, right? And as soon as I got the glove and the lamp, and then I saw both the water dungeons were pendants, I'm like, oh, I ain't looking for a hookshot. I'm like, there's no way I'm looking for hookshot. I'm like, it's not happening. And mind you, I was trying to practice hovering before the match start, and I didn't get not one hover. I tried like 5 times. I went 0 for 5. So I was like, well, okay, we're going to put it on the line on a big race. So there's that. But outside of that, I normally water walk to Waterfall Ferry, and I was kind of upset that I didn't. And so
yeah, what was that decision? So after you got the fire rod, you decided not to, or how did that play out?
So it was 3 things I was thinking about. I was like, I was already tilted by the flippers, 1. So I said, if I have to come back for something, all right, cool. I just was tilted. So I was like, I'm saving and quitting. Let's beat the dungeons, right? Let's just beat the dungeons. If I don't get anything that says, okay, go back and water walk, which is like a moon pearl or something, I said, I'm doing Aga. Like, I don't care. I'm doing Aga. I'm not rushing Zora. I'll do Aga. If moon pearl or something like a hook shot would have been on Zora, that would have been probably GG's. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, nope. I'm going for the flippers. I'm going to trust in that stupid bottle. So...
yeah, that bottle was actually funny because we were trying to figure out, like, is it just the bottle? Is that... yeah.
Yeah. And when I saw the mitts, I was like, uh-oh. And then I had another decision to make, basically. Do I clear Thieves Town? Because normally I am a big Skullwoods hunter. I was like, I'm not in the mood. I'm ready to get off the game. Screw Skullwoods. I'm like, Skullwoods, you're scarred forever. So I'm like, if there's something in Big Chest in Thieves Town, okay, great. Found the hammer, I was like, okay. Found the cane, it was like, okay. Found silvers, okay, we're going to pod.
Yeah.
Went to pod, flute, okay. Ice rod, okay. Game's over, I guess.
Yeah, guess we're done.
I'm like, oh man, this is dumb. Like, but yeah, I was kind of like a little nervous doing myself, like trying to do my best to calm down, because those flippers really like threw me for a whole loop. I was like, oh my goodness, this is bad. And then seeing that flippers led to ether and pearl, but it was only really needed for pearl and bottle. I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah, so your opponent, he did go for the water walk to Waterfall Cave pretty early.
Right.
So we saw that moon pearl there, and we were like, whoa, okay, this could be pretty bad if you don't go for this water walk.
Right.
But then, like, it kind of didn't matter anyway because of that bottle.
Right.
So, like, even though he had that moon pearl, like, you can't dodge Aga and the seed.
Right.
But then things, like, you guys, you kind of routed Light Worlds oppositely, but then you came together at Aga. It was like a 1 minute difference or so. And then after that, you guys kind of started to diverge again, where he went for the earlier pod dip, so he got that flute and that ice rod, whereas you went for that bottle faster.
Yeah, and in terms of watching as a race, it was really good to, like, the level of divergence and everything we saw.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that, I kind of felt like when I saw the pearl, I was like, oh, he got that. I'm like, will he had did pod? I'm like, probably. And I was banking on the hammer not being there. And I mean, I'm honestly was lucky this race. I'll tell you that, because had hammer had been in pod, this might be another story, or like a super loaded pod if it was like hammer or hook shot. So I got lucky banking on the bottle, and I was, all right, cool, you know.
Yeah, pretty crazy seed with the whole Aga sequence with the flippers, and then it ends up also being a Moldorm 2 skip.
Yeah.
Like, this one just had all sorts of weird surprises to it. But, like, aside from those things, it was also, like, kind of a jet.
Yeah, it was like it felt like a jet. I was gonna ask, did he find a hook shot, by the way, or no? Because I didn't ask.
No, so it looks like after he forfeited, he's still looking for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did find a shovel.
Yeah, it's not in ice, it's not in swamp.
Interesting.
Still don't know. Yeah, it's somewhere out of the way for sure.
It might be Big Chester, Thieves Town. Might be.
But yeah, you both went for Thieves Town with no hammer too, so.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so this was the second race overall for you in the groups?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we did game 1 yesterday, and then same time, it was at the same time, 4 p.m., and then we did game 2 at the same time at 4 p.m.
Yeah. How are you feeling this year in the tournament?
Remember when I was talking to you, Beer, and I said I wasn't training for the tournament? I have not trained for this tournament yet, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, because I ended up getting some advice from a good friend mentally about my game, which is Dainty. So shout out to Dainty, and I just been working on keeping my mental like good and composed, so I can like say, like, if I see flippers at, you know, lumberjack, I'm gonna get tilted, but I'm gonna do my best to keep myself okay. You can't do nothing about it. Let's make the right move. Do what you can do, and just hope for the best. So
yeah, the game's gonna put the items where they end up, and totally.
Right. So that's really what I'm working on, and I'm like, if things happen, then things happen. If things don't happen, things don't happen. I'm not training for this tournament, getting myself bent out of shape when I'm having good things working for me. So
yeah, and you also have the finals in another tournament going on right now for you guys as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of good things for Magnit Handz going on right now.
Yeah, shout out to my DX team. I appreciate those guys, Wally, Zoga, and Dainty.
Yeah, that's one heck of a team.
Yeah.
Those are some big names.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw out the follow the runners. You know, put on a great race for us today. Magnit Handz and prieR57, as well as my co-com Skelly and our tracker Centipede. I think don't have a lot more to say unless you guys have anything you want to talk about.
Just real quick, GG's the prieR. He's a really good dude. Yesterday was the first time I've ever raced him and got a chance to talk with him. He's pretty kind. So GG's to prieR, and thank you, Homemade Beer and Skelly, for wanting to calm this particular race. So I appreciate you guys, and Centipede, I appreciate you, even though I don't like the flippers, that you wanted to track this race. So appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, I think there was mentions in Twitch chat that once we saw the flippers that Centipede was getting insta banned, but no.
Oh yeah. Next stream that comes on, her moderator status is getting removed ASAP.
It's funny. Cool, we're getting a couple glitches here. Just looking for the trick shot. Alrighty, yeah, I'll let you guys, let you take us out, Skelly.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching today. Thank you, beer. It was a pleasure to call this race with you. A little bit of an unfortunate ending, I would say, but it was still a lot of fun seeing how this played out. So let's see what we got going on for the rest of the day. Let me pull up the schedule real quick.
That would have been smart. I didn't do that. We got J-Jo versus Gilgamesh on right now over on SpeedGaming 2. We have at 6:10 Eastern Azure versus Coxla on SpeedGaming 3, and then at 7:30 Jet versus Lin on ALTTP randomizer channel. So
yeah, that Jet versus Lin is a pretty crazy group stage match.
yeah, that'll be fun.
That's like the kind of match you would expect to see like super deep in the tournament. So that's pretty crazy.
Awesome. Yeah, and if people, it seems, our friend prieR over here is still searching for the hook shot. If you want him to find it, go ahead and head on over to his channel and give him a follow and root him on. So cool. Otherwise, we will be seeing everybody next time. Thanks for watching.